weather. There really should have been more beachgoers, in my opinion. Rachel Schoutsen here with you, and we've asked for the heat, and you know what? Our wishes have been granted. We are definitely getting that heat throughout southern Ontario. This is the current conditions right now. So yes, feeling like 30 degrees in the city of Toronto. No, that doesn't mean we are at 30 degrees, doesn't put us in the club, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So yes, warm temperatures, humidity definitely in place, and what's also in place, this is through northwestern Ontario. We see this cold front making its way through. Unfortunately, this will be impacting us for tomorrow, and with all the energy, all the humidity, this could be sparking some active weather. I'll be out in the field tomorrow, so do come back with us tomorrow because this could be seeing some significant weather throughout southern Ontario. So yes, this is the cold front right now, sparking up some storms, bringing some moisture. You see overnight right in towards Tuesday afternoon. That's looking like where it sweeps right through the city of Toronto. Now the good news is the storms are supposed to be non-severe throughout the GTA, heading a little bit more further north. That's where we could see some more of the dicey weather. So for Tuesday, hot, humid, the Humidex 36 to 41. I also want to show you the heat warnings. They are in place. This is for tomorrow, stretching from Windsor right out in towards the city of Toronto, towards the Kawartha Lakes. Now, let's check in with Rice. Well, good afternoon to you. Yes, I'm so glad you could join us. Rachel Schoutsen here with you, filling in for Suzanne Leonard this afternoon. And you know what? Getting into this evening, the city of Toronto, it's going to be marvelous. If you want to be outside, enjoy the summer, get out on the patio, 22 degrees and clear skies. Now, the heat, it's definitely here. It's definitely present, and the humidity grows getting into tomorrow. I'll tell you why that's problematic in just a second. Tuesday afternoon, yes, going to be feeling more like 41 throughout the city of Toronto. No rain tonight, possible storms tomorrow, and also for tomorrow, this heat warning. Yes, a heat warning is in place, stretching right out of southwestern Ontario and right up in towards, let's say, the Kawartha Lake. So we are seeing the heat return. We've asked for it, and yeah, it's definitely been delivered. Now, the problem with the heat is it hasn't come too often now, has it? The last time we hit 30 degrees in the city of Toronto, take a look at that, June 30th. That's the last time. Windsor, July 22nd, London, Hamilton, June 17th. So the 30 degree, yes, we should be seeing that tomorrow. Now, what we're also going to be seeing tomorrow is a cold front coming into southern Ontario, and that's what could be sparking up some storms. The heat and the energy with all the humidity, it could spell some trouble. So we are seeing highlighted in the red severe storms, straight line winds, heavy downpours, hail as well, and then the city of Toronto in that non-severe risk.
I'll tell you all about exactly where I plan to be when these storms come through.
All right, Mark, we will look forward to that, and that's all because of a cold front. Now, let's talk about the right now. We are talking all about the heat and the humidity. So our current temperatures getting in towards this evening, 23 for the city of Toronto. That's a great evening temperature. Sometimes that wasn't even our daytime high. So feeling very nice. But as Mark was talking about, with all the energy in the atmosphere, yes, we could be seeing those storms. So pre-dawn, they're more sticking off into the states, non-severe, Windsor stretching out in towards London, so southwestern Ontario. But as we get more into the afternoon, I'll be out in the field. Mark Robinson will be out in the field. This is what we're looking at. So highlighted in the red, that's the chance for some severe storms. We're talking torrential downpours, hail possible. The city of Toronto sitting in the non-severe category. However, with all the energy and this cold front sliding through, we could be seeing those pop-up thunderstorms. Now, in towards Tuesday afternoon, yes, hot heat, 30, finally 30. We could be getting into that club tomorrow, but it's going to be feeling more like 41, and that puts the city of Toronto in the heat warning. Yes, we are talking about heat warnings. We've asked for the heat, and maybe we've gotten a little bit too much of it. What do you think here? Right out of the Kawarthas, cottage country, right down in towards Windsor, and this is all because of the Humidex values feeling like 40 degrees. Now, let's get you home.
Back inside to you.
Yes, Mark, I'll also be joining outside as well, and it really is because of all the energy in the atmosphere, all the heat and the instability. A cold front now, it's up in northwestern Ontario, just around Sault Ste. Marie, but it's coming for us. It's heading down into the GTA, and that's where we could see some storms. Now, let's talk about the current. The right now, we are feeling like 30 degrees in the city of Toronto. 26 is the temperature. No rain in the forecast for tonight, so a nice calm evening, perfect to get out on the patio, I'd say. Yeah, so we see that cold front front swinging through. Tuesday afternoon, that's the greatest chance of seeing some storms. Also, Tuesday, heat warnings are in place throughout southern Ontario. Winds are stretching all the way up in towards the Kawartha Lakes. This is a look at the thunderstorm risk. We see highlighted in the red potential for severe storms. Now, Raisa, potential for severe traffic delays. And another great fact about Canada, well, it's the long weekend coming up, and I know you want to know, can I go boating? Can I go to the cottage? Is it going to be good camping weather? We'll answer all of that. Local forecast also coming up. Rachel Schoutsen here with you. This evening, let's talk about our weather. Not too much in the terms of moisture. It's going to be high and dry, beautiful conditions. We've asked for summer. We're finally getting it. Now, we're watching for this. A cold front passing Tuesday afternoon with the heat and the humidity that we are feeling right now and growing even in towards tomorrow. This could be sparking up some non-severe and some severe storms as well. So keep it here at the Weather Network as that story unfolds in towards tomorrow. Tuesday, hot and humid. We actually have heat warnings in place. Here's a look at them, stretching right out of Windsor all the way up in towards the Kawartha Lakes. This is because we're going to be feeling like 40 degrees. Stay with us. It's Hurricane Week here at the Weather Network, and we'll have more on that coming up. Yes, with more on that developing story. Now, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about your weather first. It's hot, it's humid, and it's going to be getting even hotter as we get into tomorrow. Current temperatures right now feeling like 31 in the city of Toronto. We asked for summer. It's finally here. Thanks for showing up. Now, let's take a look at some of the storms that we are seeing right now. So it looks like we have some activity heading out stateside towards Windsor. Just some convective stuff here. Windsor also really feeling some of that heat and humidity as well. We do have the cold front coming down, and this is what could be triggering storms as we get in towards tomorrow. So that heads right into the city of Toronto, the greater Toronto area in towards the afternoon. We do have the risk of seeing some non-severe storms for Toronto, and then possibly severe more throughout, I would say, the north areas of the GTA. We'll get into that a little bit more in a second, but let's recap Tuesday. Hot and humid, going to be feeling more like 40 degrees. So yes, summer has arrived, and that also brings us the risk of thunderstorms. Heat warnings also in place. I'll have more on that coming up, but Raisa, let's jump right into that traffic story right now. Well, so coming up here in less than a minute to fill us in on that on TV. Rachel Schoutsen here with you right now, and let's take a look at our weather in towards this evening. Toronto, 23, pretty nice for an overnight temperature. We should be seeing those clear skies, perfect to eat dinner out on the deck. How many more times this year can you do that? Definitely do it tonight. Now, in towards Tuesday afternoon, look at this. The temperature is going to be feeling more like 41, 39, 42. That has sent heat warnings in place throughout southern Ontario. We can see highlighted in pink here, right out of the Kawartha, stretching down in towards Windsor. Yes, going to be feeling more like 40 degrees. So that's why we are seeing the warning criteria. Now, it's finally come. Hello, summer. We're all welcoming it, that's for sure. How long has it been since we've seen 30 degrees in the city of Toronto? Not since June 30th. We haven't seen it in all of July and yet in August as well. Now, let's check in with Raisa more on the serious topic.
Me, but we'll see. Back inside you guys.
Oh, Mark, I know, nature fooling with us, right? Well, this is the system that Mark is talking about right now. So we can see, yes, some pop-up showers over Lake Huron right now, heading towards the Georgian Bay, but this is going to become more significant in towards tomorrow because of all the fuel. Right now, do you feel that humidity outside? I know, we're all saying, thanks, summer. Thanks for finally showing up. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be a lot of fuel for the cold front that's coming down. This pre-dawn Tuesday, so this is the risk. We are seeing that slightly out in towards southwestern Ontario, but as that cold front hits all of the warm, humid air, a lot of energy in the atmosphere, this is where we could be seeing some severe storms highlighted in the red. And then for the city of Toronto, non-severe, but we could be seeing a squall line forming heading towards the greater Toronto area. So this could be very strong winds. We could be seeing heavy downpours, lightning, thunder associated with this as well. So yes, you will have to watch the Weather Network tomorrow as that story unfolds. I'll be outside in the field. And Tuesday afternoon, well, it's going to be a hot one out there. Going to be feeling more like 41 degrees for the city of Toronto, and this has sent heat warnings in place. We can see that now stretching right out of Windsor up in towards the greater Toronto area, and that's because temperatures are going to be feeling more like 40 degrees. Now, Raisa, 27 degrees in the city of Waterloo right now, feeling more like 31. And you know what? We've asked for a lot of heat. We've gotten it. And we've also gotten heat warnings. Yes, they are in place right now, stretching out of Windsor all the way up in towards the Greater Toronto area. And this is really going to be a concern for Tuesday. Let's get into our current temperatures right now. Feeling like 29 in the city of Toronto. Earlier, it was feeling like 31. So yes, summer has arrived. A little late, I'll say, but at least it's here. Now this evening, clear conditions, no rain in the forecast, but this cold front comes through into the GTA, and this is quite problematic because of all the heat and all the fuel that we are experiencing right now. So as the cold front slides through, hits this big mass of energetic air, that's when we can really see some intense storms for tomorrow. So this is a look at the thunderstorm risk for Tuesday. In the red, that's where it's more severe. That's where we get into the stronger winds, hail possible as well. City of Toronto right now in the non-severe risk, but if we do see a squall line of storms form and head into the GTA, we could definitely be seeing those very heavy downpours, strong winds, thunder, lightning, all associated with that. Now Tuesday afternoon, this is what we're going to be feeling like 41. Now, right, so let's take a last look at traffic here on the Weather Network. And if you stay right here, another edition of Around the World in 80 Seconds is coming up. Rachel Schoutsen here with you this evening, and we are welcoming in summer through southern Ontario, aren't we? It has finally showed up. Take a look at some of these temperatures. 23 for the overnight. Pretty warm, pretty good. Some places throughout southern Ontario reached that 30-degree mark. Felt more like 40 once we factored in all of that heat and the humidity. Through the overnight, dipping down to 19 for the city of Toronto. But tomorrow, that's when we're going to really feel that heat. And things could be getting a little bit problematic. Thunderstorm risk, the humidex feeling like 41 degrees. That is hot, and that is hot enough to send heat warnings in place. Heat warnings are in place. Windsor stretching right up in towards the Kawarthas through Peterborough. So yes, things are going to be hot and sticky, and with a cold front heading down in towards southern Ontario, this could spell some trouble. Heat and humidity is fuel, and a cold front is a trigger for some storms. Now getting into Wednesday, breezy and cooler conditions and also less humid. Now stay with us here at the Weather Network. We're going to Okay, talking about those lightning strikes, not going to be seeing them tonight in the city of Toronto, but we could tomorrow. Yes, problematic weather on the way. Rachel Schoutsen here with you right now. Overnight, getting down to 19 degrees. Pretty good for an overnight low. Last week, those were our daytime highs. So yes, summer has returned. It's starting to show its stuff throughout Ontario. Tuesday, look at this. It's going to be feeling like 41 in the city of Toronto. The humidity really building, and that acts as fuel to trigger some storms. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, it's so hot that heat warnings are in place. That stretches right out of southwestern Ontario past the Greater Toronto area. So this is because things are going to be feeling over 40 degrees once we factor in that humidity. Now, have you missed the heat? Let's take a little look back. When's the last time the city of Toronto was over 30 degrees? That was June 30th. Yes, we went all of July, now almost all of August without seeing 30 degrees. Tomorrow, looking like a very good chance of hitting that mark, joining the 30-degree club. Now, yes, the risk of storms with all of the energy in the atmosphere, a cold front heading down in towards southern Ontario. This is where we could really be seeing some trouble and seeing some active weather. Now, stay with us. We want to get you into the long weekend with our long ranger, Matt. Top 5 Canadian hurricanes. And yes, it's hurricane week here at the Weather Network. We are following Cristobal in the Atlantic, Marie in the Pacific, and there's more on hurricanes online and right here on TV. Now, the cool weather throughout southern Ontario. It's not only affecting you, it's also affecting the bees. Mike Arsenault has more on that right now.
No.
Yes, the decline of the honeybee, a huge story, one of our biggest pollinators. Now, we can help them out a little bit in terms of the weather because hot and humid, yes, that's what we're going to be feeling today. You felt it. And then in towards tomorrow as well. With all of the humidity, this brings a lot of energy for a cold front that is going to come down in towards southern Ontario and spark some storms. Some severe, some non-severe. Now, we've asked for the heat. Well, we've gotten it. Look at this. Heat warnings in place. Winds are stretching right in towards the Greater Toronto area. And that's because things are going to be feeling more like 40 degrees as we get into tomorrow. Now, stay with us here at the Weather Network. And if you love Around the World, you can watch it again on theweathernetwork.com. Rachel Schoutsen here with you this evening and taking a look at, well, some great clear weather for the city of Toronto, the Greater Toronto area as well. Things are going to be awesome tonight, feeling like summer. Get out on the patio, barbecue, sit out on the deck because this cold front coming in, it's not really going to decline the temperatures too much, but it really brings us a great risk of seeing storms throughout tomorrow. So it's more in towards Tuesday afternoon, could linger through the dinner hour in towards the overnight as well. So we are seeing highlighted in the red the severe storms, and in the yellow we are seeing those non-severe storms. Now, the heat and the humidity, of course, a big story. We've asked for it. It's been delivered to us, but this also acts as fuel. Feeling like 41 for the city of Toronto tomorrow, not great when a cold front slides through the area. Heat warnings are in place for tomorrow. Winds are stretching up in towards the GTA, and we are in a heat warning because we are seeing this. We are seeing temperature is expected to reach 30 degrees or more, and the humidex is going to reach 40 or more. That's for tomorrow. Now stay with us here at the Weather Network. We're going to be taking a look at Force of Nature Extended coming up.